At the top, he has Houston's Ed Oliver going #1 to the Bills, followed by Ohio State's Nick Bosa, heading to the Bears at #2. The draft order generated by Football Outsiders using its early projected record for the 2018 season. This is why we need to pay attention. Last year, 7 players that Todd projected to go in the top 10 were first-round picks in this year's NFL draft, and those names include Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, Calvin Ridley, Saquon Barkley, Derwin James, and Minkah Fitzpatrick. Well, Todd, well done. I was thinking don't you need a break?
Point out all the highlights for me, Susie. Thank you.
Hey, why not? You know, when I heard draft, I broke out in a cold sweat. But we're going to talk next year's draft.
I know.
You have Houston's Ed Oliver as the next #1 overall pick to the Bills. What makes him so special?
I was just watching a little tape on him this morning, and power really jumps out right away. You know, he's a little bit undersized, 291 pounds is where he's listed at, 6'2", but he plays with great bend and great leverage. And then at the point of contact, that initial surge, he's stronger than your typical 3 technique. He plays some nose tackle, does a really good job of bending, not allowing offensive linemen to get into his pads, and he is strong, tough to push off the line. Then, after that, I was impressed with his awareness, his ability to locate the football. While he's rushing, he knows where the quarterback is. In the run game, he locates the ball well. And even on the screen, you know, like this, you see the ability to find the running back trying to get out and run a route and just holds them up. And then finally, the closing speed. All great pass rushers have to have that closing burst to the quarterback, and he certainly has that. You can see it on tape. Very productive tackles for losses and sacks so far throughout his career, just 2 years at Houston.
And then there's a familiar family name at #2. The Bosa lineage continues. Nick Bosa, brother of Charger star defensive end Joey Bosa. How does Nick stack up against Joey?
Susie, it's almost eerie watching the tape because it feels like you're watching Joey again. Now, he's not quite as strong as Joey was at this same point or has developed into, and the hand usage is really good, but it's not quite to his brother's level. But Nick is an outstanding player. And on a defensive front that has had a bunch of guys drafted the last couple of years, he really stands out on tape. He's slippery like his brother. He does a good job with his hands, keeping guys off his body. He has that natural strength. And again, we're gonna look at his 40 time like we did with Joey and say, well, it's not elite. This guy's just a football player. And I think he'll continue to get better and better as time goes on.
And then finally, 4 quarterbacks went in the top 10 of this year's draft, yet you have the first signal caller going at 17th overall to the Jags, Missouri's Drew Lock. Every year we see quarterbacks shoot up the board, so tell us about a couple guys who will probably find their way up to the top.
I think we got spoiled this year, Susie. I'm telling you, everyone's trying to find the negatives with Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold and Josh Allen and so on and so forth. I'm watching these quarterbacks early on, still have another year, but there's a difference in talent level. And I think Drew Lock, to me, he's got size, he's got okay mobility, very strong arm. I like his touch and trajectory on throws down the field. He's got to work through some mechanical issues, though, inconsistency with his accuracy. Then Justin Herbert from Oregon, he looks the part, 6'6", 230 pounds, injured part of last season for 5 games, came back, played well in the final 3 games. He's another guy who got a good arm. He shows the ability to layer the ball in with some touch and some anticipation, but a little bit of tightness in his upper body and some mechanical issues with his footwork and balance as well. So both of these players have potential. You'll hear about Ryan Lindsay from North Carolina State and a few others that could start to creep up the board. But right now, I hate to say it, but it's not nearly the class that we had in this past draft in 2018.
Still plenty of time to go, but it'll be fun to keep our eye on some of these guys as the whole process gets going. Thanks for all your work, Todd. Appreciate it. And if you enjoyed the draft, you're going to love this. ESPN's Draft Academy, this 8-part documentary, is a personal behind-the-scenes look into the lives of quarterbacks Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, defensive back Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Shaquem Griffin. The first 6 episodes are available now on ESPN Plus and streaming exclusively on the ESPN app. Final 2 available May 3rd. Coming up, 5 quarterbacks were drafted in the first round of this year's draft, but which quarterback will start for their respective team next season? We'll discuss when we come back.